In the warm Spanish sunshine, outside her favorite coffee shop, England and Barcelona goalkeeper Ellie Roebuck sips her flat white, exuding an air of confidence and poise, a player who has the world at her feet. However, this picture is vastly different from the one that emerged 12 months ago. In February of the previous year, at the tender age of 24, Ellie Roebuck was dealt a devastating blow when she was diagnosed with having suffered a stroke, leaving her fearing that her football career might be over. Speaking to BBC Sport, Roebuck reflects on the ordeal, stating, "I'm lucky because I should have lost my vision. I should have lost my peripheral vision for sure. The majority of people that suffer a stroke, like mine, do that. So I probably should have been blind, which is quite a miracle that that didn't happen. This near-miraculous outcome is a testament to the unpredictability of life and the resilience of the human body." Ellie Roebuck was part of the Lionesses squad that won the European Championship in 2022 and reached the World Cup final in the summer of 2023. However, just 6 months after that match in Sydney, her world was turned upside down. This is the story of Ellie Roebuck, one of sport's most remarkable comebacks, a tale of perseverance, determination, and the unyielding passion for the sport she loves. After returning from World Cup duty in Australia, Roebuck's season did not go as planned at Manchester City, a club she had been part of since the age of 15, making her debut as a teenager in 2016. The Sheffield-born keeper found herself frozen out of the first team and did not make an appearance in the first half of the season. Moreover, she was struggling off the pitch, experiencing symptoms that would eventually lead to her diagnosis. It was around Christmas of 2023 when Roebuck first started to feel like something was not quite right, although she could not pinpoint what it was. She felt nauseous, dizzy, fatigued, a bit off balance, and her eyesight started to be affected with black dots impairing her vision. Initially, these symptoms were attributed to a ball that had hit the back of her head in training, a common occurrence for goalkeepers. Consequently, she was treated for concussion at her club. However, as January progressed, Roebuck was certain that it had to be something else. She recalled, "I knew it wasn't concussion. I've had concussion. I just knew something wasn't right. I said, for my peace of mind, I need a head scan. Something is not right and I know it." When she received the call from the club doctor a couple of days after the scan, asking her to come in immediately, she knew it was not going to be good news. The doctor's words were chilling. "You've had an infarct in your left occipital lobe." Upon asking what that meant in simpler terms, the doctor explained that it was a type of stroke. A stroke occurs when the blood supply to part of the brain is cut off, which can lead to paralysis and, in some cases, death. The occipital lobe is the visual processing area of the brain, and a stroke in this area can cause an array of visual impairments. Roebuck's first question was, "Am I going to play football again?" Unfortunately, at the time, no one could provide her with a definitive answer. The timing of her diagnosis could not have been worse, coming just 2 weeks after she had formalized her exit from Manchester City by signing a pre-contract with European champions Barcelona, with a move planned for the summer. Roebuck was sent straight from her appointment to the Accident and Emergency Department for treatment. She vividly remembers the experience. "I was sat in A&E with all the people on a Thursday night that'd been out drinking. They'd come in with their cuts and bruises, and I was just sat there thinking, what is happening? And then I got taken to the stroke ward, which was something that I'd never really want to remember. You're in there with people that I thought were normal people to have strokes, older people. It was just a crazy experience." The nurses advised her that she could not carry shopping for 6 weeks and could not do any exercise. For a professional footballer, this was daunting. Roebuck was not allowed to train for 12 weeks and was left to pick up the pieces, trying to figure out what had caused the stroke and constantly fearing it would happen again. She underwent numerous tests to find out the cause of what had happened, and eventually, a tiny hole in her heart was discovered. Although it sounds astonishing, she was grateful to have found a reason for her stroke and knew that the hole could be closed, allowing her to move on. She was almost excited about undergoing heart surgery. However, during the surgery, it was identified that a membrane had formed, and doctors believed it had closed up by itself, leaving Roebuck frustrated again, as it meant she would never fully understand what caused her stroke. In the midst of her recovery, Roebuck found solace in the support of 2 sportsmen who had been through similar experiences. NFL Super Bowl winner Tedy Bruschi, who had 2 strokes during his career, and former Chelsea goalkeeper Petr Cech, who suffered a serious head injury during a game in 2006. Her conversation with Petr Cech was particularly meaningful as she shared, "I had a call with him for about 2 hours, and it was amazing." Although it wasn't directly the same, it was someone I could relate to going through a similar thing. He touched on things that nobody else got. No matter how many times I tried to express myself, I couldn't. Nobody could relate to what I was going through. Despite being devastated to leave City, joining Barcelona, who have won 3 of the last 4 Champions League titles, was an easy decision. The trust shown in her by Barcelona was more important than any promise of a starting role. The club's confidence in her and their desire to improve her were pivotal in her decision. She reflects, "Everyone expected me to be nervous, but I felt fine the moment I stepped out there. That's the kind of mantra I'm going for. Every time I get that opportunity, I just want to enjoy it." Roebuck's journey is one of resilience and the will to overcome adversity. While she thinks about the stroke every day and still battles symptoms like fatigue, she is focused on the future, including her coffee bean roasting company, a venture that has helped her find a new sense of purpose beyond football. Roebuck's story serves as a reminder of the importance of perseverance and the need to find meaning beyond one's profession. Representing the Lionesses has always been the highest privilege in her career, but her comeback may have come too late for a recall in time for the upcoming European Championship. Nonetheless, her journey is more than